First of all, what is your name?
Dr. Heidi Zinser.
Spell your last name.
Zinser.
Okay, tell me what came in this afternoon. Tell me a little about him.
A six-week-old female puppy presented comatose with a gun wound to the neck.
And what did you find with the neck wound?
A lot of trauma. We're worried about the trachea being lacerated. Right now she's being stabilized with a bandage and watched very carefully.
What about blood loss?
Not a lot of blood loss. She's actually done very well with that. Her lungs are fine. She has a little bit of fluid in her chest that's probably due to the trauma that was in the trachea.
What about body temperature-wise?
She was subnormal temperature of 92.8.
Okay, and what about as far as fluids? I mean, dehydrated or not?
Not dehydrated. This wound was probably only about 2 to 3 hours old.
Okay. So what happens from here now?
Right now we're monitoring her. We're watching that she doesn't have any more sub-Q emphysema, which is air in the muscle tissue with the light bandage, and if it does increase, then we're probably looking at, once she's more stable, of actually going in and repairing the tear to the trachea. We're hoping that it's a small tear, that it will heal on its own. But if we get more emphysema happening overnight, then we're pretty sure it's going to be a larger tear and we're going to have to go in.
Okay, and what would you have to do there on something like that? How would you repair that?
With the exploratory, we actually would have to go in and suture the tracheal rings together.
Okay. All right. All right, so first of all, your name?
Captain Tim Holifield, Montgomery County.
Spell your last name?
Holifield.
Okay, tell me what you got another incident here in the county, another dog.
We did. We've had the second incident since the first of the year where a dog has been found abandoned on the side of the road, suffering from gunshot wounds, and was located, recovered by individuals who immediately reported it, this time to law enforcement. Animal control responded to the scene. The animal is currently under veterinary emergency care, and its prognosis is good, assuming that the injuries did not severely penetrate the trachea where the bullet entered and passed through the neck of the dog.
Tell me a little bit about the area where you found.
The animal was found on Farm to Market Road 3083 near Jefferson Chemical Road. So right now we're really asking that if anybody has information about an animal that was dumped on the side of the road to please report it. This is a smaller, perhaps shepherd type dog, short-haired, and it has a bullet wound to the neck.
Okay. What about, now how's this related? It's not that far away from where Buck was found either.
It's not, and it's really becoming concerning to Montgomery County officials when we see that this is the second animal now that has been found shot in the eastern quadrant of Montgomery County and dumped on the side of the road. We're still asking for tips. If anybody has information, please contact Crime Stoppers. Let them know your information, remain anonymous, but help us find the people responsible for these animals' injuries.
Now this one today, kind of explain how he found the oilfield worker.
Sure. This is an oil field access road, so it's locked with a gate, pipe gate, if you will. The access road was followed by the field worker to get to a well. When he opened the gate, he found a bag on the side of the access road. The bag appeared to be moving. He got out, opened the bag up, and there he finds this animal. He removed the bag from around the animal, immediately notified law enforcement. Montgomery County Sheriff's Office responded to the scene, took the initial report. They've now forwarded it to me for investigation. Animal control responded, picked up the animal, and immediately rushed it to the emergency clinic.
Okay, now you still working the first case also with Buck?
I am. Right now we're really needing some information. Crime Stoppers has been a great advocate for animal cruelty, among other cases. And so anybody who has information can reach out to Crime Stoppers, remain anonymous, but help us hold accountable these people responsible.
What kind of, if someone shooting an animal like this, what kind of penalty would it look like?
This is a felony. In the state of Texas, if you shoot an animal and there's not justification for it, meaning that you weren't in protection of your own self and you had no other means, then it's a felony in the state of Texas. But we also have the dumping of the animal. We have, taking an animal that has not even passed away and dumping it on the side of the road for it to suffer and linger in its own injuries is very irresponsible. And that is unreasonable care. And that also is a crime, even if the animal hadn't been shot in Montgomery County. In some cases, animals are cross county lines, but in this case, it's a felony to shoot an animal and then just dump its body.
you know, another case too, working?
We are. We have a person of interest that's currently in custody now in Montgomery County Jail on unrelated charges stemming from an incident where another animal was shot in western Montgomery County.
What kind of animal was it? What was the circumstances like?
It's a little bit unique in those circumstances because there's conflicting stories as to what led up to the shooting incident itself. So that investigation's ongoing, and I will just say that the animal's injuries were so severe that it did have to have its leg amputated.
Okay, now were charges pending on him? Or charges already filed?
Charges will be pending on him once the investigation is complete. At this point in time, we are following up on additional information so that when we present the case to the district attorney and subsequently to a grand jury, they will have a full spectrum of the facts involving in this particular case.